The government's in a mess about immigration. They were happy to pander to UKIP voters during the general election, but belatedly now they have realised the very vital role that EU migrants play in the economy. I'm glad that they're going to get some expert advice. I don't understand that they're seeking the expert advice a year after we voted to come out of the European Union, but some facts will be better than urban myths, and some light will be better than the heat which is sometimes generated by immigration issues.
So let's look then at Labour's position, because Barry Gardiner, the Shadow International Trade Secretary, wrote in The Guardian that Labour's position is out of the single market, out of the customs union because you'll be a vassal state, and that actually what we need is a bespoke agreement. Is that your view?
The Labour Party made it very clear in its manifesto that it wants a Brexit which puts jobs and the economy first, and we are not at this stage taking any options off the table.
But Barry Gardiner seemed to suggest that actually out of the single market, out of the customs union will be best for Britain.
He may have seemed to suggest that, but at this point we are not taking options off the table. We believe in looking at where we want to go, and what we want from these negotiations, were we conducting them, is to have the benefits of being in the single market and being in the customs union. We're about looking at ends, not structures.
So in fact, your view is that we could still be in the customs union?
My view is that we shouldn't take options off the table. This is Britain's future. This is our children's future. It would be irresponsible to take options off the table. What we need to be talking about is the sort of relationship, the sort of partnership that Britain will have with the EU after we leave.
Jeremy Corbyn said on Sunday the benefits of the single market are dependent on membership of the EU, making it quite clear that he believes we should be out the single market.
I was with Jeremy Corbyn this afternoon, and he's quite clear. We're not taking options off the table. There will be no bigger or more important negotiation in my political lifetime. It would be foolish at this stage to take options off the table.
But he said we should be out the single market. He made it perfectly clear. Andrew Marr pressed him on it, and that's what he said.
What we're saying is that when we come out of the single market, freedom of movement will obviously fall. But we're not taking options off the table.
But what Jeremy Corbyn was saying is he wants to stop what he called unscrupulous agencies from Eastern Europe, bringing in wholesale workforces, essentially advertising jobs locally first, which essentially is saying, in the first instance, it should be British jobs for British workers.
What we're saying is we don't want to see exploitation of any workers. So we would boost the factories inspectorate, we would look at issues of regulation. This was an agenda that Ed Miliband had advanced when he was leader. We have to protect workers and we have to stop exploitation. That's in no one's interest.
But you can do that within the single market.
We are committed to workers' rights and to workers' protection. We are not prepared to see EU citizens or anybody else exploited in their workplace roles.
Are you sure that Jeremy Corbyn voted to remain?
Absolutely sure.
Has he told you that?
That's an absurd question. It's almost trying to undermine all the hard work he did and all of us did to try and get the right result.
But if you have the Labour leader saying that he wants to leave the single market, that is the option. If you've got your Shadow International Trade Secretary saying leave the single market, leave the customs union, that looks like Labour is actually supporting a hard Brexit, and there is very little evidence to show that Labour is doing anything to stop a hard Brexit.
You will see what we're doing to stop a hard Brexit when Parliament returns.
Like what?
But I can assure you that our vision for this country going forward is very different from the view of Theresa May and the people around her.
Diane Abbott, thank you very much.